Hello people, I happen to meet Sam, who is an edupreneur, I must say. Has been running several schools in Northeast and also was running a school in slums of Delhi, East Delhi in fact, which he had to close it down. And let us know why he has closed down his school. So Sam, would you like to talk about why you had to shut down this school?
Thank you, Amit. We started this community-based school in Khajurikas, Northeast Delhi in 2004. It was a tuition center, but we converted into regular school by parents' demand, because parents demanded a regular school. However, we have to shut down this school in 2014 and completely by 2015 because of the RTE. Because under the RTE, you cannot run.
You are saying that because of RTE, Right to Education Act, you have to shut down the school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the RTE requires that you get a recognition, and to get a recognition, we have to get NOC from the landlord, because we run the school in a rented premises, and you need to get building inspection by engineers and architects. Then all this was not possible with us. And when I shared these challenges with the parents, they say, sir, even if you have to go to, I told them, if I continue like this, unrecognized schools, one day I will go to jail. And the parents say, sir, even if you have to go to jail, we will also come along. But because if anything happens, all other works will be also disturbed. Then I have to really talk to the parents, and it took us 2 years to completely shut down from 2014 to 15.
What is your biggest fear from RTE? What was the biggest threat?
The biggest fear is, the penalty. The penalty. What I don't really understand, the service, the kind of service we are giving to children at the bottom of the pyramid, or children from underserved communities. Why is that we are, the RT is penalizing people who are doing good services for the community? I really don't understand that. And the biggest fear I had in RTE was that one day I will be put to jail because of doing a good service for the poor people and not meeting this so-called building norms, the standards, without looking at the children learning outcomes, the transformative lives happening because of this school we run in the communities. So the biggest fear was that you can be penalized and you can be sent to jail. Not only that, daily penalty of 50,000, 1 lakh. I don't really see any logic in that, and that is the biggest fear I have.
Why could not you simply comply with the norms? Okay, one part is getting NOC from landlord. I think if you are running you have a land agreement, you should have no objection giving you a certificate also.
No, my landlord had this problem. When we say that we are going to apply for a recognition, then we will run this school regularly, then there will be inspection. So now the landlord, the fear is, if he give NOC and there is a building inspection, the kind of building he built, he can be also penalized in many ways.
Could you find a different landlord and continue with the school in a different building? Someone who is bold, who could give you NOC?
I think it's very difficult to get a space where you can run classes in slums. So we got a good space to run this school, but because of this fear we have to close down. We now turned into a children development center. We still do education with the children, but it is no longer a regular school. It is a bridge kind of school. We run tuition centers and hobby classes, community library.
Let's say because it was in a slum area, you could not actually, you had almost no other option in terms of shifting or finding a new apartment or new building. So in this case also, you could continue paying, let's say, penalty and run the school, right? If it was so needed, you could not expand the infrastructure, you cannot comply it. The only thing is, okay, continue paying penalty and continue running the school. Nothing else happens.
Why should I pay penalty?
Because the education in the slum is so required. It is so necessary. If you shut down the school, community will not get access to education.
No, we don't. No, I really don't.
Could that be viable? So let's say you pay a penalty of 1 lakh rupees. You continue paying 10,000 rupees as a penalty for every day. In this case, it is, let's say, 4 lakh rupees, 4 lakh additional cost per month. Could you go with this model?
No, absolutely.
Will it not be viable?
No, paying penalty would mean that I admit that I committed a kind of wrong. No, so I am the person who committed some mistakes. But in my case,
you think this could be considered as a crime?
Yeah, it would be considered as a crime. Why would?
But it is not a crime.
Yeah.
What your only thing is, and let's accept it. You cannot comply with the norms. You still think education is important. You still want to run it. Just pay penalty money and continue running the school.
No, where will that money come? Yeah,
Okay.
the money. Why would I pay penalty to the government? Instead, I can
No, the question
use
is
that.
where the money will come from.
Yes.
You could increase fee.
No, it's not possible. The parents cannot pay. Even 250 fee was difficult for some of them, many of them. There are parents who come and ask me, sir, take more fees. I can show you a video I have where they said, parents said, we are not able to pay 500, 800, where the school can take it more and viable. But parents cannot pay. This school is a community base, and especially we are looking at children from underserved communities to reach out. So with 250 we cannot, it's operationally sustainable, but why would I pay 10,000? I can use that money in many different ways to help these children, to support their education.
Okay, once you closed down your school in 2015, right? Finally closed down in 15.
Completely.
What happened to those students? Where are they?
Many of the children, some of the parents who are able to pay more, they go to private schools, and a large number of them go to government school. So they come back.
Can you talk in terms of percentage? What percentage went to private school? What percentage went to government school?
At least the percentage wise, 20 to 30% would be
private
schools, and 60,
70% to
government schools.
Those who went to private school, on an average, just a rough estimate, what is the fee that they are paying now?
They are paying 300 to 500.
300 to 500 rupees per
Yeah.
child per month.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a different locality. We work in a community, minority community area.
Mhm.
So children's education, especially the girl child education, is not a priority.
Hmm.
So
And do you think 60 to 70% students, which is going to government school now, are they happy with all the facilities that they're getting?
no, what they are saying is that is one of the reason why we started these children's centers. We continue with the children's center. So the request when we said we are going to shut down the schools, whether the parents object it or not, there were parents who say we are going to file RTIs against you. Why you are shutting down? No, there are some parents who told me that. Then I say, these are the fears I had. If I close down, if continue, I can be penalized for doing a good work. So we close down. And one of the things that assurance we give to the parents was send your children to government schools. Government schools will teach. If you think they are not learning, you send your children to our children development centers for tuition. So we run morning and afternoon tuition. So now also we have more than 100 students who come to these tuition centers. So the same children who go to government school are now coming back to our center as a
Are you saying almost all the students are now coming to your tuition center?
Almost.
Or it's a community center where they are coming for learning, and they're going to the government school for the certificate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you think the nearby government school where students have been shifted, do you think that government school complies with all the RTE norms of the building infrastructure, fire safety, all of those things?
Possibly I cannot say for the government school because I have not really go there and check all those facilities. I cannot say, but what I can confidently say is that the learning is not taking place. That is why the parents send them back to our centers for tuition classes. We also run community library, and the children love it. They like to come back. I think it is also the approach, the way you treat children, the way you make relationship with them. You are part of the community life, and that makes a lot of difference.
Do you think there could be any other reason apart from RTE for you to close down? So what I'm trying to understand is, isn't that the case that you shut down the school for any other reason and now blaming it on RTE? Are you doing so?
No, I'm not hiding on RTE. No, I don't think so. I think the biggest fear I had was if when our students start, since we run up to primary class 5, they go away to other schools, and we have to give them transfer certificates, and so we were not able to issue the transfer certificate because it was not recognized. Then the question comes of recognition. Then when we started the process of applying, then all these norms under RTE comes into play, which as I said, we were not able to meet you can say even a single of them for various reasons. So the biggest fear I had was, under the RTE norms, that strict norms, that you can be penalized for doing a good job or providing
So before
low-cost
RTE,
education to the children.
But before RTE, you could run a school which is not recognized.
I think we started like that, and in 2004, and we converted into a regular school in 2006, and the RTE came in 2009, and it affected us.
And before that, issuing TC, etc., other.
No, we did not face anything that sorted before the RTE. And I think all this issue comes when we were thinking of we were applying for the recognition.
Now, all of these things, all the fear, it was in your mind, in your thought, or you received any fear? Like any time the education inspector came, inspected you, threatened you?
No.
Or any of...
No. Nobody came and threatened us.
You received any issue, notice?
No.
Someone says that, see, you are not recognized and that's why I'm going to complain about it. Any of those things happened, or all of these?
No. I think I won't say that happened.
Does it mean you had your own interpretation of RTE and you got afraid? Because some people would have talked about that, because of RTE you're gonna be under scan, and that is why out of fear you closed it down.
To some extent you can say that, because the norms have specified that. When you look at the norms, you are not going to meet those norms, and those were very clearly written that this is the what you will face it. And I think we face it in the form of I cannot hide with my landlord. I told him I need this NOC from you, and there will be architectural engineering inspection on this to run a school. Then he said, no, I cannot give you this NOC for you to run a school.
So blame it on the landlord. It didn't happen because of RTE, it happened because of landlord.
I think that is what the RTE norm says. If the norms are not there, the landlord will not say that.
Okay, anyways, thank you so much, Sam. It is so disappointing to know that your school closed down. And I think many more people along with me, when they would watch this video, will be equally disappointed.
I am disappointed because we started. It's very difficult to start and come up to that level, and to close down midway is really disappointing. I thought through. That's why we took 2 years, and it was also